Steve Bowers and
Cassandra Fuller.
And we welcome you to 6 in the City. We have a great show lined up with some very, very special guests. We have to deviate from when we usually introduce all the folks that are going to be on the show because we have a serious issue that's happening in this community with scammers that are hitting utility customers. And this time they have spread into commercial accounts.
That's right. And they're getting smarter.
Very sophisticated. They claim that one of the most recent was that JA is installing new meters that are GPS meters, and you have to pay for the installation. If you don't, your power is going to be cut off immediately. Well, none of that is true. There's no new meter installation, and
we will never call and threaten to cut off your services or call and threaten a payment over the phone.
They give you a number, and when you call that number, and it's a lengthy number, when you call that number, there's a recording that appears to be from us. It just doesn't happen that way. If you get this kind of call, anytime somebody calls threatening to cut off your utilities immediately, unless you get a debit card or whatever, call 425-8400, which is Jackson Police Department, or call us at 422-7500 to confirm. But now we've had some cases where that number is showing up on caller ID.
That's right. It shows up.
Somehow they're intercepting a 422-7500 call.
Right.
And so it's getting increasingly sophisticated out there.
But just know that we will never reach out to you. We will never call you and threaten you to ask for payment or cut off utilities.
Other methods of communication.
That's right.
It happens, same thing from the IRS, the hospital, and everybody else that's been hit with this. But it's increasing in intensity here. We want you to be aware of that and spread the word. And that number is 425-8400, the Jackson Police Department. Our number is 422-7500 anytime you have questions about that. All right. We have a great show lined up, and we're going to introduce all of our guests and get down to business when we get back. This is 6 in the City.
Amenities are true Southern hospitality. Championship golf course, fine dining, 6 tennis courts, junior Olympic pool and fitness. We pride ourselves in giving our members the best. Choosing JEA was a logical choice so that we could tie in our phone, internet, and cable solutions so that we can advance our next segment of technology.
I started drinking more to deal with stress. Without my realizing it, alcohol took over my life. At Alcoholics Anonymous, I've found help from people who know what I've been through. Now, I have hope. Alcoholics Anonymous. Look for us in the phone book or on the web at aa.org.
We can help. Call 877-426-8330. Call now. There is hope for you.
Own a lawn mowing service? Propane works for you. Propane can go where you go. Tanks easily changed, no spillage, quick transition, clean burn, increased energy efficiency. Propane, the affordable, clean alternative fuel wherever you mow. Find out more about JA's ProGas. Call 422-7500. Propane, the alternative fuel that makes sense. Part of JEA today.
To 6 in the City. We'll begin with a discussion of music. Sherry Friedman is with us, and she is the executive director of the Jackson Symphony. A couple of things to talk about. One is a chamber concert that is coming up this weekend as we do the show. It's going to be Sunday, March the 18th. It will be at St. Luke's Episcopal Church with a very, very nice setting for this chamber concert. And this one is a bit different.
It is. We actually have UT Martin bringing down a chorus along with some of their student musicians to perform. They do a lot with us. They've performed at some of our concerts as the choir for many pieces. And also, we have teamed up with UT Martin to do our magic flute that goes out to senior centers, to group homes, to youth that have challenges.
Right.
So
like
this
Therapy Learning Center, all these. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this was
and it's from 2:30 to 4, right?
From 2:30 to 3, there is a dessert reception.
Yes.
And 3 o'clock is the start of the concert.
Yeah,
and
I
we
went
can
to that last time. You know, they had food.
Well, if it's going to be food, you're going to be there.
And
we get tickets by calling the office, right?
They can call the office at 427-6440. Stop in the day of the concert at St. Luke's, or they can order them online through thejacksonsymphony.org.
And tickets are how much?
They are $10 for students and seniors and $15 for adults.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
What a
What
great
will they be
opportunity.
performing? Sure,
I actually have a list with me.
Oh, is that right? Okay, because it's called Love in Springtime.
Love in
It's Love in Springtime. The big piece that I'm really looking forward to is that they're doing the 5 Hebrew love songs, which is a phenomenal piece. Of course, 5 parts in that. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
They kind of name it for what it is. They are doing Death by Voice, which is an aria and art song competition. Winners are going to be there to sing with the group. They're doing a Petite Symphony by Charles. Sorry, I have a problem seeing close up with glasses.
That's all right. I understand that deal.
It's one of those things. Yeah. Charles Gounod, they have a sonata by Giovanni Gabrieli. They have a piece called Do Not Go, My Love, which will be sung by Rebecca Mansfield, who was a College Art Song category winner in competition. The piece is actually done by Richard Hagman. And there's even more on top of that. So it's going to be a wonderful concert.
All in an hour.
All in an hour.
Wow, packing it
That will be
in.
at 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon, this coming Sunday, the 18th, at St. Luke's Episcopal Church with the chamber concert with the symphony. Now, we have another concert that's coming up April the 7th.
April 7th.
It's going to be a full concert here at the Carl Perkins Civic Center.
It is. It's classic rock. We have a group coming in who they're bringing to life again a lot of the 70s and 80s rock anthems. You know, ELO, Pat Benatar.
Is that right?
Some of those wonderful pieces that had full orchestration behind them to begin with. And so we're doing a wonderful Pops concert just with that.
Oh, wow. Should be exciting.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful.
Will that be a dinner concert? You get table tickets?
It is. There are table tickets available. There will be balcony tickets available. The earlier you get the table tickets, the more likely you are to be able to get a table. You know how that one works. Well, this one actually is selling extremely well. So, you know, the earlier you buy your tickets, the better off you're going to be.
427-6440 or thejacksonsymphony.org, right?
Correct.
Thejacksonsymphony.org to get a ticket to watch all this. So that's going to be pretty exciting.
It
So
is.
this stuff, when we hear it, we'll hear it as it has, you know, with all the orchestra anyway, right?
Yeah.
So Peter's not having to chart all this stuff.
Oh, no.
Which you wouldn't do anyway.
The charts have come in. They'll be playing.
Yeah. It's already orchestrated. Yeah. Peter said, don't be giving me this 3-chord rock and roll saying, oh, yeah, build something around this. All right, so that's coming up April the 7th.
April 7th.
What time will that start?
It starts at 7:30.
7:30, okay.
If they get a table and they want to bring dinner in, they can get in as early as 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, all right, very good. So
And
we look
tables are
forward
how
to
much for that one?
Well, it depends on where you're located. So the tickets for tables will range anything from $35 for a small bistro table. That's good for 2 to 3 people, all the way up to $85 in the Maestro if we have any of those seats available.
Oh, wow.
Okay, excellent.
So get your tickets now.
Exactly.
It's good to see you.
It is.
Appreciate
It's
it.
good
So
to
this
have
coming
you.
Sunday, the 18th at St. Luke's, and then April the 7th at the Carl Perkins Civic Center. We're going to talk about the Hands Up Preschool. We'll do that next as we continue 6 in the City.
Stop and think about your health. Don't smoke. If you do, quit. Eat healthy. Make small changes in your diet that can impact your health. Be more active. Start in small ways and keep going. And know your numbers. Your blood pressure and your cholesterol are important to your health. Friends of Heart ask you be a friend of your own heart.
For the most reliable drinking water supply at the highest quality, reach for the tap. Our tap water is safe and continues to exceed all government requirements. For more information about our drinking water, visit www.jacksenergy.com/JEACCR.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
So as the owner of Master Medical Equipment here in Jackson, we value JEA's service and our partnership with them. One of the main reasons we relocated into this area was to use JEA's broadband internet service. We do a lot of teleconferencing, we do a lot of international calling. Inside sales business is based off of access to telephone, to internet, to all the services we need to operate. And we had to go with JEA because I felt it was the best fit for our business.
In this segment, we will be hearing from Lakelin Lemmings. We're glad to have her back with us.
And I was just saying, they've been on the show before.
And
they've grown up right before.
Yeah, they have. They're growing up every time we see them. So that's what happens. We see people that say, "You've never been on this show before," and yeah, they have.
Yeah.
They've just grown.
We're getting older, and they're getting
yeah, we're getting older. They get younger and better looking. I don't know what happens.
It's in reverse.
Matt Marshall is with us. He is the executive director of the Hands Up Preschool. He was featured with us on a dialogue at E+ TV6 when he first started his work. You've been in this how long now?
Approximately 8 months or so.
Cassandra Fuller's on the board of directors there. And Matt, what a courageous man he is, he's still there.
That's true.
He survived the board meetings.
Just barely.
He's done
okay,
well.
very, very good.
He has done well.
You just came through an open house. How did this go?
Yeah, we hosted an open house at the preschool back this past Friday and Saturday. Went really well. Had a lot of good turnout and families coming with their little ones to come and view the school, take a tour, and register for the fall. And we have a good head of steam ahead of us. So.
Okay. You are working with children through what age group now?
Primarily 3- and 4-year-olds. So they just have to be 2.5 and potty trained to come enter into the 3-year-old classroom, but pre-K mostly.
The objective of this?
Yeah, our whole goal at Hands Up is to prepare not only the student but their families as well for the long, journey of learning. And so we want to prepare every family, every student for kindergarten and beyond. And so we're, teaching them how to, recognize their colors and count and all those things. But we're also teaching them vital social emotional skills and those things as well. And so we want to see them have a healthy life.
Okay, great weekend. Have you got another event coming up that we're talking about?
We do. We have an event, and it is the first of its kind here in Jackson. It's an inaugural event. It is the Hands Up City Cup Street Soccer Tournament.
That's right.
Yeah,
now, that's right.
I know about the event, but I know nothing about street soccer. So we're going to let Matt talk about that.
So what is this?
Yeah, so as both of you probably know, soccer is one of the fastest growing sports in Jackson, has been for probably the last 20 to 30 years. But overseas, when you go and see soccer, you can see it on a field like we play it here, but you also can see street soccer. And so when you think about street basketball that happens in places like Chicago and New York, you have the same thing happening in Europe and in Africa and South America. And so they just find a place where they can play a flat surface and they play. And so, you're beginning to see more tournaments of that type happening around the country. But the closest one to our area is in St. Louis. That's a 4-hour drive away. And so there's nothing like this in our area. And so we're really excited about it, to put it on, to kind of be a fundraiser for our program, but also to provide another kind of opportunity for folks in Jackson to get out and have some fun.
Where's it going to be? Where are you going to do it?
We're actually going to block off a section of downtown, right there on the intersection of Main and Liberty Street. And we're going to set up a few courts down there, soccer courts, and then also have some tennis, soccer tennis going on. Hopefully we're going to be able to get a soccer cage where you can play 1v1, Pana style, which is a specific type of game. But we're also planning to have food trucks and other games for the family, music, all of that type of thing. We're hoping it's going to be a great thing. It'll be June 2nd. That's our planning date.
So how do you enter? Is it you enter individually or teams? Or?
You can do it either way. So it's $20 per person to enter, but you can play 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4. And so you can enter as a team or as an individual. And so, or you can also just enter for like the soccer tennis part or something like that. And so it's available to anyone 10 and up. And so it'll be different divisions, 10 to 12, 13 to 15, 16 to 18, and then 19 and up for adults as well.
Okay. How do you go about entering this?
You can just register. We're going to have a site that goes live on our website very soon, a page. They'll go live very soon, and you can just register there. You can also contact me at the school directly, and I can get you
And that number at the school?
It's 731-300-4263.
What is soccer tennis now?
Yeah, so soccer tennis is kind of think about volleyball with your feet.
Okay.
It's very similar. The net is a little lower. It's around the ground. And so you have to keep the ball up, juggling with your feet with the ball. Wow. And so you have to pass it back and forth. And so it gets one bounce on the ground, but other than that, it has to stay in the air.
Okay.
A lot of agility there.
Yeah, a bit. And so I probably won't be out there doing it. I'm putting the I was a soccer player. I played at Union, but I'm putting the tournament on. I don't think I'm going to participate much. I'm going to leave that to the younger folks.
When did you start enrolling for the fall then?
Yeah, we are registering
right
now.
Okay.
We're registering now for the
that.
fall. So yeah.
Hands Up Preschool, making a difference in children's lives here. It's good to see you.
Website
Good to see you
is
as well.
handsupjackson.org.
Handsupjackson.org.
Hands
It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
We're delighted to have this young lady back with us. We're going to the main stage here, and this is Lakelin Lemmings.
Didn't I make you feel like you were the only man? Didn't I give you everything that a woman possibly can? Each time I tell myself I think I've had enough, well, I'm gonna show you, baby, that a woman can be tough. So come on, come on, come on and take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Take another little piece of my heart, I know you will. But break another little piece of my heart now, baby. You know you got it if it makes you feel good, so good. You're out on the streets looking good, baby. Deep down in your heart, you know that it ain't right. No, you'll never hear me crying. You know I cry all the time. Each time I tell myself that I can't stand the pain, you hold me in your arms and I start singing once again. So come on, come on, come on and take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Take another little piece of my heart, I know you will. But break another little piece of my heart now, baby. You know you got it if it makes you feel good, so good. I think I've had enough. Well, I'm gonna show you, baby, that a woman can be tough. So come on, come on, come on and take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Won't you just take it? Take another little piece of my heart, I know you will. But break another little piece of my heart now, baby. You know you got it if it makes you feel good, so
This changes everything. TiVo is here. Search and control your cable channels and streaming video apps with one remote. Record 6 shows at once and build a library of favorites with one pass recording. Then watch on any TV in your home or browse and view on Wi-Fi devices with the free View It app. Call E+ Broadband to add TiVo and ask about our new packages.
Jackson is where I chose to attend college, and it has put me in touch with many interesting people. On Jackson 24/7, we placed an emphasis on higher education. Our community has 4 colleges and universities. That's unusual for a city our size. They mean a lot to the economy of our community, but none of that can happen without people dedicated to teaching and research for the next generation. Jackson has many great stories, and I enjoy telling them on Jackson 24/7.
Every day on TV6.
On a lawn mowing service, propane works for you. Propane can go where you go. Tanks easily changed, no spillage, quick transition, clean burn, increased energy efficiency. Propane, the affordable, clean alternative fuel wherever you mow. Find out more about JA's ProGas. Call 422-7500. Propane, the alternative fuel that makes sense. Part of JEA today.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. Sabrina Anderson is with us. We're breaking into this discussion. Sabrina Anderson is with us. She's the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club of Jackson and West Tennessee. And the steak and burger dinner is coming up. We have set the date for Tuesday, April the 17th, giving you plenty of notice.
6 o'clock at Englewood Baptist Church.
All right.
Something a little different this time.
So what's
it's on
going to be
Tuesday.
happening here?
Very different. Tell them this is our fundraiser of the year, where our kids get to eat the steak and the adults get to eat the hamburgers. So we're going to have games this year. We're going to do a little videography with our young people to let them job shadow people that are in uniform. We want to celebrate our heroes. We call them village heroes. So that would be your police officer, your firefighter, your pharmacist. It may be a female doctor. It may be a female nurse. We need to be able to show our young people that they can aspire to be somebody that's just like you and me.
Okay. All right, so that is terrific. I'll set that up. Now, how do we get tickets? And you're still looking for sponsors, right?
Still looking for sponsorship, starting at $1,500 all the way to $5,000, and you can give me more if you like.
You won't turn them down, right?
I say, give me the money, honey.
Buy 3 tables, 5,000 each, 15 grand.
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Going to a good cause.
Going to a great cause. So they can get tickets by calling 731-422-2008 at the Boys and Girls Club and ask for me. If they want more information, they can look online at www.bgcjmc.org.
Okay. BMC.
BGC.
Boys Girls Club.
Yeah. Jackson-Madison County.
JMC.org. There you go.
You got
Lots of G's.
Lots of G's.
I can get that. All right. So
which is what you're looking for. You want G's.
That's what I'm looking for.
Start at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, I was there 1 year, and this little guy said, sir. He said, can we switch? He wanted that.
He wanted the hamburger.
Lots of kids really want the hamburgers instead of the steaks because that's what they're used to eating.
They've probably never really eaten a good steak.
Mm-hmm.
I did everything I could to comply.
It wasn't hard for you, I know.
No, I didn't.
Just to share.
He probably said, boy, don't you take my don't you take
I said,
that.
Sabrina will come over here and head hole me right here in front of everybody if I do this.
Tell them we just want them to have fun.
So what made you guys decide to change this year? You know, usually you have a guest speaker coming in that can talk, but what made you decide to change your focus?
We wanted our young people to be able to interact more with our guests, and so they would be able to learn more and see people that are more like them or their parents. Let them learn a little bit more. Labor and workforce development is a hot topic this time of year.
That's right. You're right.
And we need to be able to educate our young people and put people around them that can teach them how they live and how they learn and why they chose their career field or if the field chose them.
And like you said, it's not just police officers. It could be FedEx.
It could be FedEx. It could be UPS. It could be the postal. Right on time. It could be a postal worker, and I think a lot of times they don't celebrate people in uniform, and we need to be able to represent them.
Okay. I agree, totally.
It's very, very special. You never know what incidental contact can mean in the life of someone.
Exactly. Yeah. You'll be the spark.
That's what I say. You'll be a spark in their mind.
Life, and it happens for people when people take an interest in you.
And nothing wrong with that.
You got it.
Be a great path, a great career path for them.
Great thing. Well, that could be a much more interactive thing. Well, I was talking to Steve Smith today at the airport, and they're starting a youth program to expose people to the air careers.
Awesome. That means I need to meet with him.
I need to talk to Steve.
I do need to talk to him.
That they're going to start this youth initiative because people in certain sections of the city will not have exposure at all to aircraft, those career opportunities, and you have to have everybody from people on the ground to people in the air.
Absolutely.
So it's a great thing. So exciting things happening in,
You need to
this
invite him to your dinner.
You better believe it. That's my next call.
Look out, Steve. Bring us calling.
Tables are $5,000.
Tables are $650. Seat 6 guests and 2 kids. $650. But I would love sponsorships of $5,000.
It's the Steak and Burger Dinner. It's coming up Tuesday, April 17th at 6 o'clock. It's at Inglewood Baptist Church.
What do you want us to know about everybody to know about the work of the Boys and Girls Club?
I need you to know that it's important. The kids are our future, and great futures start here at the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay. All right. Happens every day.
Every day.
These programs have been developed. Boys and Girls Club has been doing this for over 100 years now. And so what they do is researched and research-driven. It's calculated to achieve specific results for these young people. It's not just playtime. It's all this with a purpose.
It's not just babysitting.
You got
It's
it.
actually learning.
Good stuff. All right. It was good to see you.
Great to see y'all.
Always wonderful to have you.
Thank you.
And so that's coming up the 17th of April, Inglewood. It'll be a
6
Tuesday
o'clock.
night, 6 o'clock, so get those tickets now. We're going back to the main stage, and we welcome once again the very talented Lakelin Lemmings.
You've got a thing go to learn about me, baby. 'Cause I ain't taking it no more, and I don't mean maybe. You don't know right from wrong. Well, the love we had is gone. So blame it on your lying cheek, cold deadbeat, two-time a double D, then me mistreating, loving hard. Well, all I wanted was to be your one and only, and all I ever got from you was being lonely. Well, the dream is laid to rest, 'cause you have failed the test. So blame it on your lying cheek, cold deadbeat, two-time a double D, then me mistreating, loving hard. Are you headed for heartache? Oh yeah. Gonna get a bad break? Oh yeah. You made a bad mistake? Oh yeah. Well, you're never gonna find another love like mine. Someone's gonna do you like you've done me, honey. And when she'll do you like she'll do you, it ain't funny. You need some sympathy, but don't be calling me. Hey, blame it on your lying cheek, cold deadbeat, two-time a double D, then me mistreating, loving hard. Are you headed for heartache? Oh yeah. Gonna get a bad break? Oh yeah. You made a bad mistake? Oh yeah. Well, you're never gonna find another love like mine. Someone's gonna do you like you've done me, honey. And when she does you like she'll do you, it ain't funny. You need some sympathy, but don't be calling me. Hey, blame it on your lying cheek, cold deadbeat, two-time a double D, then me mistreating, loving hard. Blame it on your lying cheek, cold deadbeat, two-time a double D, then me mistreating, loving hard.
I lived in Jackson for nearly 13 years. As part of the Jackson 24/7 news team, I've learned a lot about how this community works. I've seen how the leaders of the city and the county deal with issues. even when it brings them into conflict. And I enjoy the opportunity to tell the stories that help people at home make better decisions. I love Jackson, and I love being a part of the Jackson 24/7 team.
Alex Northcutt, part of the team you trust, every day on E+ TV6.
I'm Jimmy Floyd, Operations Manager with Jackson-Madison County Emergency Management Agency in Jackson, Tennessee. With E+ broadband high-speed internet, we're able to host training classes and better prepare our responders from all over the county and state. It also gives us the ability to track storms and natural disasters in real time. The phone system allows us the flexibility to stay in contact with local, state, and federal agencies both in and out of the office, which is crucial in our line of work.
Propane, 95% generated in the U.S., is a gas that works anywhere. Central tanks for fleets, vehicles, portable tanks for forklifts, lawnmowers, the fuel you can take anywhere. Even backup generation runs off propane. Household appliances, outdoor features. To find out more about affordable, clean, versatile propane, contact JEA's ProGas, 422-7500, the alternative fuel that makes sense. Propane, part of JEA today.
Welcome back to 6. You hear that kind of delayed countdown?
I did.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2. Well, we're back. We're glad to be. Wanda Scanlon is with us. It's Sue Barnes with the Friends of the Library and the Library Foundation, and we're getting ready to swing into spring with the library.
Got a spring fling coming up.
Got a spring fling coming up. It's going to be at the Shops at North Park. It's going to be Tuesday, the 20th day of March. That's Tuesday of next week. It'll be from 2 until 6.
And it's got 2 of your most favorite things.
Oh, is it right?
Books and shopping. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Books and shopping.
Books and shopping. Oh, wait, and food.
And food.
There's food in there, too. So.
There's Dumplings, Bistro, and Bakery.
Okay, all right. You know,
Shops at North Park, Wiley Parker Road in North Highland, and it's kind of our own little enclave there. You just park and stay. You can eat and shop and get a massage and everything else. And all these shops are going to be opened up. So what's going to be happening?
Well, every shop is involved, and we've got J. Kent Freeman, Talbot's, Jackson Day Spa, Vineyards, Hattie's, and Mags and Lulu's.
Okay. Wow.
And everybody's going to be giving away door prizes.
Very good.
And some of the merchants are going to have special discounts. And we feel very fortunate that Mrs. Pat Craig, who's been a long-time supporter of the library and a Beatrix Potter expert, has given us part of her collection to display at Mags and Lulu.
Okay, very good.
So if you haven't seen it, you need to.
Okay.
It's going to be really great.
Now, these books and everything signify something.
They signify a pop-up bookshop.
Okay.
They signify a pop-up bookshop. You know, the Friends of the Library has a shelf at North and 5 shelves at the main library where we keep books for sale that people, library discards and donations that the public bring and leave at one of the libraries for us. And but we decided that to promote the library and all the library services will be available out there. You'll be able to get a library card and things like that. But we thought we'd let people have a little taste of what our book sale in the libraries is like. And so we'll have children's books, old books, new books, gardening books, cookbooks, you name
Any
it.
kind of book you need, you've got it,
It'll
right?
be a small selection of the wonderful selection that the people of Jackson read a book and then give it to the library for us to give to the public.
Where will these books be located? And around each store?
There is a storefront that he has generously let us use. The merchants have really embraced this idea and been very enthusiastic about supporting the library.
So that open here in the back of Talbot's, is that where it's going to be?
Well, actually, it's going to be in a storefront.
A storefront.
Next to Talbot's.
Okay.
And Talbot's is also, we're going to have some refreshments. You might want to note that.
Yeah.
Right. Poor Steve, picking on him. Yeah. No, we're going to have dumplings fruit tea, and which is delicious.
Everybody loves dumplings
and
fruit tea.
homemade cookies by the foundation and the Friends members. So,
wonderful. And this is a free event, right?
It's free.
It's free.
Except for the books.
They're a bargain. Except for you just come and buy the books.
Yes.
They're priceless.
They're
She said
absolutely.
Pam had already been down there and picked out some things for Easter.
Pam told me to have him buy an Easter dress.
Did she make a list?
Well, I'm just gonna be texting with
her.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll just text you and add some things to that list.
Please do.
How about that?
Yes.
I'm pretty good at picking out jewelry. I've been pretty successful at that.
He will never know.
I picked out some clothes for her one time, and it was like, let me handle that.
This will be successful, though, because I'm going to help you. But we're really excited about this event. It's a new type of event for Jackson, and like I say, the merchants have been enthusiastic and have been so generous.
It's a great opportunity for the library and to introduce some of the folks who don't necessarily
to get the
realize
library
that.
out in the public in a different place.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we were talking about with Wanda and with Sue, the library card. The library has changed so much. High tech. They just got a recent award, STEM grant. And part of that working with a co, and then part of that JA made available, full gig internet access at both the campuses there, and it has just changed things there. And the library tech card now gets you subscriptions to magazines, and you can download everything at eon speeds, and it's like a new place.
Yes, it is.
Right here in Jackson, Tennessee.
Right. Dinah's done a great job down there. Her staff, Zoe and everybody down there, they're just doing wonderful work.
Right.
And we want to get the word out for these services.
Well, if you haven't been to the library lately, it's just nothing wrong with books and magazines and everything, but there's so much more.
That's right.
What's happening there is really infectious and exciting to see what's happening. So be sure to visit the library. All right, so this is coming up. We're library swing into spring. It's going to be at the shops at North Park. It will be next Tuesday, the 20th day of March, from 2 until 6. And that's at Wiley Parker Road and North Highland. If you haven't been to the shops at North Park, you need to go anyway.
It's a free event. That's right. It's a free event. Just come in, browse, get some books.
Stay and eat dinner. There's some
have some snacks. That's right. I'm sure register for door prizes.
I think I bought the books Wanda brought last year.
You're one of our best customers.
I want to see you buy that gardening book.
As we continue 6 in the city.
JA Site Pay kiosks are the convenient way to pay your utility bill. These kiosks are featured in the foyer at Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and at the drive-thru at Pleasant Plains Extended. Use your account number and follow step-by-step prompts to pay with cash, check, credit, or debit card. Account credit is immediate, and a printed confirmation receipt is provided. Another step in customer service at JEA today.
Ready, set, go for it. It's your adventure. This is your GAC.
Service is not just what we say, it's what we do. When you choose E+ Broadband for your cable, internet, and telephone services, you can trust us to provide unmatched reliability. From sales to installation, we work hard to bring the services you depend on every day. We're currently upgrading the network to increase our service offerings available to you, so look for us in your neighborhood soon. And thank you for choosing E+ Broadband and for your trust in the local service we provide right here in Jackson.
Welcome back to 6 in the City, and we welcome 3 folks that are with us from the Nightlight Community Theater. Lauren Rice is with us, Tiffany Talent, and Victoria Bowles are with us, and they've got a play coming up called the Marvelous Wonderettes. It's going to be at Peabody High School.
Peabody High School.
Okay, very good.
Tickets are $10.
It's this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 7. Then we have Saturday and Sunday matinees, the 17th and 18th at 2 o'clock. You can go to Night, which is NITE, Light, L-I-T-E, theater.org, nightlighttheater.org. You can call 855-2129 to get ticket information about the Marvelous Wonderettes. All right, so tell me about this.
Well, The Marvelous Wonderettes is a show that it really appeals to a large crowd of people because It's got a lot of great music in it, and it's got a great story, but the music is all really familiar. So the first act takes place at the 1958 Springfield High School Super Senior Prom, where 4 girls, who are also known as the Marvelous Wonderettes, have been asked to perform. Now, they have also all 4 been nominated for prom queen.
Oh,
so that doesn't
little bit of
cause
drama.
any problems at all. So Act 1 takes place in 1958, so all the music is great familiar music from the 50s. So you've got Mr. Sandman and Lollipop and Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, and we get to find out who gets crowned the prom queen. And then Act 2 takes place 10 years later.
Okay, we're at 68.
So we get to see who's still friends and who's not still friends, and how things have changed.
If the prom queen's still wearing her crown.
That's right. You know, what's going on.
Once queen, always a queen.
Exactly. So
Wears it to the class reunion. Okay.
Exactly. So you've got a lot of, you know, you find out what happens to these girls, you know, and then you've got all the great music from the 60s in Act 2.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
All right. And so it comes up. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7, Saturday, Sunday matinees at 2. This week, by the way, 855-2129. All right, so what all roles do you have now?
Well, I play Susie Simpson. I am the fun-loving, carefree, kind of ditzy one of the group. I think everything is funny.
Okay.
And I'm playing Betty Jean, and I'm the one that's always up to something, like always pulling pranks on my friends.
The mischievous one.
Yes, and I'm bothering everyone.
What is your role?
And I play Missy, and she is the mother of the group. She's
the straight-laced one.
She's the one that's, yes, always trying to get everyone's attention, making sure things are going according to plan. She's supposed to have made the costumes and the decorations and choreographed it and gotten everything together. So, yeah, she's definitely the mother hen of the group.
And our fourth Marvelette.
Yes,
Wonderful.
that is Cindy Lou, and she is I would say the popular girl. Her and Betty Jean had a nice little fight over a guy.
Oh,
so
little drama again.
Yes,
Okay,
she's the prim, proper, put together. Thinks she's going to be the prom queen.
She's got the crown in her
She
sight.
does.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
I kind of want to see how this turns out.
Well, you'll have to come see it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it'll
That's
be-
how many's in the cast? I mean, obviously you four, but
There's the 4 girls, and then we have another young man who's playing the principal, and then we also have a special guest every night that kind of plays a role in the show.
Two special guests.
Two special
guests,
guests, actually, yes, every night that play a role.
keeps the suspense
Yes,
going, right?
yes.
Yeah. And the drama. Sounds like it's going to be interesting.
So we get to Trenton to Peabody High School, then where's the theater there?
When you come into the main doors, you just turn to your right, and it's right there past the cafeteria.
Okay, all right. So let's get to Peabody High School for the Marvelous Wonderettes. It does sound like fun.
I know it does. You can get your tickets at night, N-I-T-E
Kind of to see how this turns out.
LITEtheater.org by calling 855-2129, or you can get tickets at the door. They're only $10.
Okay.
Should be an interesting evening.
Yes.
Have y'all done a
Well
lot of
worth
theater
your
in your work in school?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
y'all have been at this. These are pros.
Wonderful.
All right, so we're ready to go. Well,
It's not their first rodeo, so
Yeah, well, this sounds
probably gonna be a
like
good
great fun.
show.
So don't miss this. They've been doing very good work for a long time. Nightlight Theater in Trenton, Tennessee.
It's
at
the
Peabody High
Marvelous
School.
Wonderettes.
This week. Thank y'all for coming down here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it very much, or being here with us. We're going to go back to the main stage. We have
We've
Lemmings.
changed.
We have changed.
That's right.
Of the Lemmings family. This is Daisy Lemmings. Daisy?
And all I remember is your back, walking towards the airport, leaving us all in your past. I traveled 1,500 miles to see you. I begged you to want me, but you didn't want to. But piece by piece, he collected me up off the ground where you abandoned things, and piece by piece, he father should stay. And all of your words fall flat. I made something of myself and now you wanna come back. But your love, it isn't free, it has to be earned. And back then I didn't have anything you needed, so I was worthless. But piece by piece he collected me up off the ground where you abandoned things, and piece by piece he filled the holes that you burned in me at 6 years old. And you know he never walks away, he never asks for money, he takes care of things 'cause he loves me. Piece by piece he'll restore my faith that a man could be kind and a father should be great. Piece by piece, but piece by piece I fell far from the tree. I will never leave her like you left me, and she will never have to wonder her worth, because unlike you I'm gonna put her first. You know he'll never walk away, he'll never break her heart, he'll take care of things, he'll love her. He'll restore my faith that a man could be kind and a father should stay. Piece by piece, piece by piece.
This changes everything. TiVo is here. Search and control your cable channels and streaming video apps with one remote. Record 6 shows at once and build a library of favorites with one pass recording. Then watch on any TV in your home or browse and view on Wi-Fi devices with the free View It app. Call E+ Broadband to add TiVo and ask about our new packages.
I started drinking more to deal with stress. Without my realizing it, alcohol took over my life. At Alcoholics Anonymous, I've found help from people who know what I've been through. Now, I have hope. Alcoholics Anonymous. Look for us in the phone book or on the web at aa.org.
We can help. Call 877-426-8330. Call now. There is hope for you.
Own a lawn mowing service? Propane works for you. Propane can go where you go. Tanks easily changed, no spillage, quick transition, clean burn, increased energy efficiency. Propane, the affordable, clean alternative fuel wherever you mow. Find out more about JA's ProGas. Call 422-7500. Propane, the alternative fuel that makes sense. Part of JEA today.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. We'll have more with Daisy Lemmings coming up before we get away. Very good to have both the Lemmings with us today. We'll talk about Jackson's Recovery Court for a few minutes. Haley Giesling is with us, and Hope Vunk is with us, and then Terrell Snipes is with us, and they are all involved with court, and it's under Judge Blake Anderson. There's also a drug recovery court that's done through Don Allen, right, in circuit court here. And so we'll talk about these. How do you describe this program to people, Haley?
Our program, Recovery Court, is a program, it's a diversion program that helps people who have been in and out of the criminal justice system and kind of living a life of drug addiction and just have been in and out of the criminal justice system, in and out of jail. To help them, instead of doing a year in jail for their crime, they'll come and do maybe like a year in our program and get treatment instead of punishment. And so we really try to obviously focus on that and really treating addiction, the real problem, so that our jails are not overcrowded and people aren't continually coming back into the criminal justice system, and just trying to stop that revolving door of the continuous cycle of
Now,
addiction.
we've been doing this in Jackson for several years now. We've had several graduations here. What have you seen?
We've seen a lot of success. We've had 144 graduates, I believe, in the 14 years that we've had that. So I feel like obviously it saves a lot of money for our city, just not incarcerating those people and having them out and working and paying taxes.
Alumni organization going out there.
Yeah. So we have graduates stop by all the time, and Terrell's about to graduate, and so hopefully he'll stay in contact too. But we have a lot of graduates that still stay in touch with us and come back and tell us, things they're doing and that they're working and on track. So it's really
always good to hear.
Yeah, it's always.
All right, Terrell, so what got you into this then? What was happening in your life? Hold that microphone close.
I was incarcerated, and it was like, this is my second time in the program.
Okay.
And this time around, it wasn't all about just getting out, to get out of jail free card. Actually, I wanted a good life, It saved my life, yeah.
I think people sometimes, some of us have difficulty understanding being addicted and what's happening to people and how it just takes everything over in their life. Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the addiction is.
So you did it one time just to get out of jail for a while.
Just to get out.
That was his get out of jail free card.
Haley said, how long did it take for this to go? She said 8 months.
Yeah,
and I think after 8 months, it's like, hey, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Maybe this works, right?
Well, you said your first entrance into the program was your get out of jail free card, and that was your mindset. What changed your mindset for you to come back to the program the second time? I mean, was there something specific that sparked your?
It did. I'm like OD, and I have little ones that actually they love their dad. Like I have a little girl, and she like thinks the world. You can't tell her nothing bad about her dad, And I wanted a life. I wanted a real life, and today I got that life back. It's like no looking back. I'm pushing forward. I'm going all in this time.
Well, good for you. Congratulations.
Hope you're nodding your head. So
wonderful.
what do you see in all this? Hope, grab that microphone.
With Terrell, I know this time coming in, I think you had hit a real big low right before coming into drug court, and you were finished, and you were like, like you were saying, I don't want that life anymore. I want something new for your kids and your family and for yourself, and the changes that we see now, and you're working on getting your high school diploma and you're through your GED program and working and have a lot of cool opportunities to then go. I know you love helping other people, and so it's been cool to see you start reaching out and helping others and the opportunities that are coming your way soon. Those are really exciting to see for us.
That was going to be a question I had too, is since you've been through the program not once but twice, and then I'm sure you have contact with others out who probably would benefit from the program. How do you approach them?
I try to be like, I try to be a big brother to some, trying to get them show them another way of life. It's a better way of life than that road that you headed down. Like, they see me and they look like, you got your weight on, and you keeping it on, and I'm gonna keep it on.
And they realize that you're in a good spot. That's great.
Because
That's wonderful.
those of us that are outside this would say that ought to be obvious, right? There's got to be, but then when you're in that life, it's like it's an all-consuming thing, and it's like that's the way it is, or the way it should be, or whatever. Like I said, now you got a little girl, and the relationship's totally different.
Got a family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's great to
Changes things, right?
City of Jackson Recovery Court.
Makes you proud of yourself, doesn't it?
What else we need to know about this? The way we can support this, be involved in this?
I think just being aware, obviously, like you said, I think everybody knows somebody in their family or friends or personally that has been like affected in some way by addiction or people that are on drugs. And so I really think that it's such a common thing, and I think it's just not maybe talked about enough. And so just awareness, but I think you see it more and more on the news now, and it's just become an epidemic, and it's really, I just think people need to be considerate and be aware.
Right. The opioids
Recovery Court is
but it's
another
also
way. Big salute to Judge Blake Anderson
alcohol
for
as
starting this in the city. Judge Anderson really took a step, faced some criticism in doing this. Judge Don Allen is doing the same thing at Circuit Court, and appreciate your work that's being done. It's good to see y'all. Continue
It is good to have you guys.
It's a great
Congratulations.
Story. We'll be back with more 6 in the City.
Propane, 95% generated in the U.S., is a gas that works anywhere. Central tanks for fleets, vehicles, portable tanks for forklifts, lawnmowers, the fuel you can take anywhere. Even backup generation runs off propane. Household appliances, outdoor features. To find out more about affordable, clean, versatile propane, contact JEA's ProGas, 422-7500, the alternative fuel that makes sense. Propane, part of JEA today.
Stop and think about your health. Don't smoke. If you do, quit. Eat healthy. Make small changes in your diet that can impact your health. Be more active. Start in small ways and keep going. And know your numbers. Your blood pressure and your cholesterol are important to your health. Friends of Heart ask you be a friend of your own heart.
With E+ broadband and Watch TV Everywhere, you can now take your TV on the go. Just visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to sign up. Then you're all set to catch your favorite shows, movies, and sports wherever and whenever you want on any internet-connected device. Choose from our growing selection of networks from your cable package at no extra charge. Visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to learn more. It's easy to sign up for E+ broadband's TV Everywhere.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. I want to thank all of our guests. Right, it's always a great insight into a cross-section of things.
That's right. And if you want to be a part of that inaugural event, the street soccer tournament for Hands Up, and be a sponsor, be sure to call the school 300-4263. Matt can hook you up.
We talked about at the beginning of the program, if you missed it, that we have scammers that are getting increasingly sophisticated and calling people about utility bills, saying if you don't pay immediately with a debit card, your utility is going to be cut off. That doesn't happen at the Jackson Energy Authority. If you see a 422-7500 JEA logo on your caller ID, that does not mean necessarily that call is coming from us. You have to determine it by the content. And that's happening to commercial accounts and everyone else with extreme
And the bad part about it
sophistication.
is with those commercial accounts, a lot of times they're calling restaurants right at the busy peak and they get the right person to talk to. And then in that pressure moment, they consider, okay, I've got to pay my bill or they're going to cut me off.
They're going to cut off right in the middle
We'll
of lunch.
never call and threaten to cut you off. We'll never call and ask you for personal information or money information or ask you to go and get a debit card to pay your bill. That is something we never do.
Just don't do it. We said goodbye today to Dewana Pusser. Her funeral was today, and she was a guest of ours.
She was
every
on
year,
many times.
On many times on this show, and we appreciate her and the work that she did with the Pusser Museum.
She was always a pleasure to have on the show.
She was a delightful person to know, and we can't second guess.
So much history.
Yeah, so much history. Second guess people's decisions in this life. We loved her and appreciated working with her, and we will miss her. And we want to thank Teresa Smith for sending these talented young ladies to us, Teresa Lemmings and Daisy Lemmings with us today.
That's right.
So we appreciate it, and we're going to let them close it out.
You know I can't get away without talking about a run.
Oh, quickly.
That's right. The USJ Bunny Run's coming up this weekend,
Saturday.
3/17/18. So go to racesonline.com.
All right.
Register.
All right, good deal. And we're going to replay the Union Valdosta State Championship basketball game from last night. We're going to do it Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Wednesday night at 7 right here at D+ TV6. Talking into the time. Let's go back to the main stage. This is Daisy Lemmings. Daisy.
2 days past 18, he was waiting for the bus in his army green. Sat down at a booth cafe there, gave his order to a girl with a bow in her hair. He's a little shy, so she gave him a smile, and he said, would you mind sitting down for a while and talking to me? I'm feeling a little low. She said, I'm off in an hour and I know where we can go. So they went down and they sat on the pier. He said, I bet you got a boyfriend, but I don't care. I got no one to send a letter to. Would you mind if I send one back here to you? I cried, I'm never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again, never more to be alone. When the letter says soldiers coming home. So the letters came from an army camp in California, then Vietnam, and he told him of his heart that it might be love and all the things that he was so scared of. Said when it's getting kind of rough over here, I think about that day sitting down at the pier, and I close my eyes and see your pretty smile. Don't worry, but I won't be able to ride for a while, 'cause I cried I'm never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her waiting for the love of a traveling